Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Thank you all those people who tuned in on 92.5 FM, and thank you to our 16 quiz teams who are participating in tonight's first ever Phoenix FM online table quiz. Not the usual venue, which is usually a public house or a parish hall, where we would have teams of 4 and lots of banter going on between the teams. But we'll do our best to do this as an online event to keep you entertained. Tonight, as you've seen on the build-up there, we've 6 rounds only, just to make it easy for you. There's a lot of technology involved behind the scenes and a big crew of people who have made this happen. So just to give you an idea of the people who are involved tonight, Brian is live on the radio. He's controlling the radio production. We have Andy and Bren, who are very, very tough adjudicators tonight. So don't blame me if they mark you down. Blame the adjudicators. But you can't get near them, of course, because they're only online. We also then have Kozak, and Kozak is our production and event manager for the night, and he's done a great job. I'm Dave Hughes. I regularly do Quizmaster for Phoenix FM and other charities around the community, and it's a great pleasure to do this first one for Phoenix FM tonight. Now, the rules of the quiz are quite simple. I ask the questions, you answer them. My answers are right, no matter what you think. And the adjudicators know the answers, so they will be marking up your online answers. So there are 6 rounds, a few novelties in it. We will have a picture round at round 3, and round 5 will be what happens next, which will hopefully entertain you as well as puzzle you. So hopefully that will keep the night nice and entertaining. The important thing to remember about these quizzes is they are fun quizzes. So the expectation tonight is that you will enjoy yourselves and enjoy this quiz. So if you're all ready and you have your various devices in hand and are ready to participate in the quiz, we'll go with round 1. All ready now for round 1? Round 1 is called In the News. So all of these things have happened in the last fortnight in the news or thereabouts. And question 1 is, which independent US senator has been appearing in Zelig-like fashion at locations all over Ireland? He's sitting in a foldable chair, wearing a mask, a mittens and a hat. What is his name? Question number 2. What article of the Northern Ireland Protocol was imposed and led to the EU Commission making a hasty U-turn in the row over the AstraZeneca vaccine at the weekend? So what article of the Northern Ireland Protocol was imposed and then taken back by the EU Commission, and it has left a legacy of trouble in Northern Ireland since? They were fighting about the AstraZeneca vaccine, but what number was that protocol? What number of the Northern Ireland Protocol was involved? Question number 3. Who was named the 2020 RTE Sportsperson of the Year? Question number 4. Name the Premiership manager sacked by Chelsea last weekend and its owner, Roman Abramovich. Who was the manager who Roman Abramovich sacked last weekend from the job of manager of Chelsea? The name of the person. Question 5. Which Irish Archbishop retired to a Dublin parish this weekend, the weekend gone? the name of the Archbishop who retired to a Dublin parish at the weekend? And question number 6, the final question in the news round. Dismissed by Vladimir Putin as irrelevant, he's fast becoming the recognized leader of the Russian opposition. What is his name? Dismissed by Vladimir Putin as irrelevant, he's fast becoming the recognized leader of the Russian opposition. What is his name? Okay, that's the end of the first round. David might be able to tell me if anybody is looking for repeats. If you want repeats, you can put the number, just the number of the question you want in the chat on your YouTube video. Now, 9 teams have already returned their answer sheet, and there's another 6 to come. So clock is ticking down. You don't have forever. Okay. I'll run through the 6 questions quickly. We've had one person whose internet failed. So very quickly, name the US senator who's been appearing in pictures all over Ireland, wearing a mask, mittens, hat, and sitting in a folding chair. What is his name? Which part of the Northern Ireland Protocol in terms of numbers caused a big row between the European Commission and the British and Northern Ireland parties, in particular over the AstraZeneca drug at the weekend? The number of that part of the Northern Ireland Protocol. Question 3, who was named the 2020 RTE Sports Person of the Year? Question 4 was, name the Premiership manager sacked by Chelsea last weekend. Number 5, name the Archbishop who retired to a Dublin parish at the weekend. And question 6, dismissed by Vladimir Putin as irrelevant, he's fast becoming the recognized leader of the Russian opposition. What is his name? That's 6 questions in the first round. We have a lot of answer sheets in at this stage. I'll just check with the producer how many. 14 in and 2 more to go from what we can make out, and that's presuming that all 16 teams have joined at this stage. Nearly there. Okay, it looks like we may have a no-show from 2 teams. So 14 have submitted answers. If anybody hasn't submitted an answer, you should do so now, because we'll be moving to round 2. I'll give you the answers to round 1 after we ask the questions in round 2. And just to remind you, this is a fun quiz, so using Google to get your answers is not really fair to the other participants. This is meant to be brain power, so don't be looking up the answers on Google or anything else, even though you have the instruments in your hand to do that. It's better fun if you play the game. Question number 2, or round number 2, is, so what happened in 2020? We all know we were locked down, but what else happened in 2020? But we'll start with question number 1. Which Chinese city became known worldwide in January 2020? Question number 2. The Irish general election seems like a century ago at this stage, but it actually happened in February 2020. On which date in February 2020 did we hold our national general election? Question number 3. Which Hollywood producer was jailed for 23 years, having been convicted for rape and sexual assault by a New York court? All of these answers happened in the year 2020, the year just gone. So that was question 3. Hollywood producer jailed for 23 years by a New York court. Who was he? Question number 4, staying with the movies. Name the movie star who spent the first lockdown in the luxury home of a friend in Dalkey, County Dublin. Movie star spent the first lockdown in the home of a friend in Dalkey, County Dublin. Who was he? Or is he, I should say. Question number 5. The government, that's the Irish government, lost its second Minister for Agriculture within 2 months after he attended a Golf Society bash in Clifton, County Galway. What is the name of that minister who resigned as a result of the Golf Society bash in Clifton, County Galway? Subsequently became known as Golfgate. Name the minister who resigned the morning after. He was a Minister for Agriculture. Question number 6. Donald Trump secured an astonishing 74 million votes, or 46.9% of the popular vote in the US presidential election. However, Joe Biden got an even more astounding number of votes to win, with 51.4% of the electorate choosing him. Donald secured 232 electoral college votes. How many electoral college votes did Joe Biden secure to win the presidential election for the US? So the number of electoral college votes Joe Biden secured and won the US presidential election. What was that number? Now that's all 6 questions asked. We'll give you a minute or two just to prepare your answers and submit them. Very good. I'm not live now, am I? Okay. Excuse me, I'm talking to the producer. Okay, just a quick run through for anybody who missed the questions. I don't think anybody's asked for repeats, but just in case you were having technical difficulty. The first question, we were looking for the name of the Chinese city, which became known worldwide in January of 2020. Second was the date on which the Irish general election happened. Now, we did tell you it was in February 2020. Third one was the name of the Hollywood producer, jailed for 23 years by a New York court, having been convicted for rape and sexual assault. The fourth question was the movie star who stayed with a friend or in a friend's house in Dalkey, County Dublin during our first lockdown. The fifth was who was the second Minister for Agriculture to resign from the current government after he attended the Golf Bash in Clifton, County Galway. What was his name? And the third one was, what number of electoral college votes did Joe Biden secure to win the US presidential election? So if you've managed to complete your answers to those 6 questions, will you please start submitting your answer sheets now? I think you may have found that one a bit harder than the first round. They're coming in slower. I'll just check for an update with the producer as to how many answer sheets we have in now. We have 12. We're waiting for 2 before you can go ahead. But while we're waiting for those 2, I will give you the answers to the first round. So the first round, the chap who is turning up, the independent senator, even though he always votes with the Democrats and has got a position in the government or in the Senate as a result, he's independent still, and he's called Bernie Saunders. The article of the Northern Ireland Protocol, which caused the controversy over the weekend, was Article 16. Katie Taylor has been named RTE Sports Person of the Year for 2020. Frank Lampard was sacked by Chelsea at the weekend. Dermot Martin of Dublin was the Archbishop who has retired at the weekend and moved out to a parish in a Dublin parish. And Alexei Navalny is the Russian opposition leader made popular by being jailed by the Russian government this week. So that was the end. That was the first round. I think at this stage we must have all 14 teams in. Okay, we're good to go with round 3, and round 3 is your picture round. Now, for the radio listeners, unfortunately, you won't see the pictures. We haven't got the technology that far, so Brian will entertain you with a bit of music, I think, while the quizzers are doing their picture round. So pictures will appear on screen. Your task is simple. Each picture is numbered. You identify the person in the picture, put it on your answer sheet, and submit it at the end. You'll see all 6 pictures before you have to submit your answer sheet. Picture round now coming up on screen shortly. And it's you name the person that you recognize in the pictures. Just while we're waiting for those pictures to come up, just to remind you that normally when we do a pub quiz, we have a charge. Usually it's about €10 a head for participating. Tonight, there isn't a charge on participating, but we would appreciate if you would make a donation to help keep Phoenix FM on the air. We need it more than ever in these locked up times. So you can make a donation by hitting the donation button on your YouTube, or visit phoenixfm.ie. So please consider giving a donation. A lot of work goes into these events. A lot of work goes into running the station and keeping it on air. So if you can find it, if you find the quiz interesting, make a donation. If you love Phoenix FM, make a donation. If you don't like either the quiz or the station, make a double donation. Yeah, you've got the first picture up there now. So the task is to name that person. Picture number 2. Picture number 3 is up now. Again, you have to name that person. Should be known locally is a little bit of a hint there. Now, picture number 4 is coming up. Not usually seen in this kind of a pose. Who is that? Now, there's a fearsome looking man. Hope you can name him. Got a lot of media coverage in recent times, at least since November. And the final picture is coming up now. Even with his hand over his face, you should recognize that man. So you've now had your 6 pictures. I think you've had a good bit of time to see them. So if you can start identifying and putting the names on your answer sheet and submitting. Yeah, to assist you, we'll just run through the pictures very quickly again. I'm not sure if we can put them all up on the one screen together. I don't think we can. That was picture number 1. Okay, picture number 1 is up. We'll move to picture 2. There's picture number 2. Name the person. Now there's number 3. I did give a slight hint there saying she should be known locally. Picture number 4 is coming up now. There's picture 4. Not the normal pose you would see that particular man in. Who is he? Picture 5 now coming up. There he is. We've known his name for years. We've seen his face a lot more often since November. And the final picture then in the picture round, this is the repeat of the picture round that's coming up, and then we'll expect the answer sheets in fairly promptly after that. While they're coming in, I'll give you the answers to the previous round. And there's the final picture. Man with a hand over his face who should be well known to many people. So thank you very much. Can you now submit your answers to the picture round? And while you're doing that, I will give you the answers to the So It Happened in 2020 round. So if our radio listeners are back, we will be able to give you the answers to the second round, which was So It Happened in 2020. And the first question was the Chinese city which became worldwide famous in January 2020 was Wuhan. Some people had heard of it before, but it became really, really well known all over the world after that. The Irish general election happened on the 8th of February. The Hollywood producer jailed for 23 years by a New York court was Harvey Weinstein. The actor who spent his first lockdown in Dalkey, County Dublin, was Matt Damon. Dara Calleary was the Minister for Agriculture who had to step down over the Gulfgate affair. And the number of Electoral College votes which Joe Biden took to win the presidential election was 306. Just want to check that the radio listeners have got those answers. Brian might give me some feedback on that. I know the radio is back on now, but Brian, have you got the answers to round two there, or do I go through them again? Yeah, they may have missed some of them. Okay. Yeah, Brian has the radio listeners did get the answers to round two, so we're all good. We're all good to go there. We won't give the scores until after the. Oh, sorry, are we coming to a break now at this stage? Okay, but we do another round before that, producer? No, okay. Can we give the scores up to the end then of the third round? Only round one at the moment. Okay, at round one, the scores were. They're coming up on the screen now, and I'll call them out for the radio. Okay, solo spearhead Sandra got 6 out of 6 in round one, as did Shonko. Connor Williams got 5. The Rosie Ramblers got 4. Livin' La Vida Lockdown got 4. The Mittens got 4. The Rosie Ramblers got 4. The Bakers got 5. The Quarantine got 6. Ainge Gale got 6. Red Apple got 6. Red Devils got 5. Double Whiz got 5. Nerd Immunity got 0-0. And Shane W got 5. So we had a good number of 6s in that first round, and we don't have the scores on the boards for rounds 2 and 3 yet, but we will have after our next interlude, which just to get my notes here, we are now going to go to some live music, and it's from a local artist, singer-songwriter, Dublin-based, Martin McDonnell. Martin plied his trade originally on Grafton Street as a busker. That led to performances in Whelan's and many other Dublin venues. He writes his own music. He does some very good covers, and tonight he'll surprise us with a bit of both, we hope. So I'll hand you over to the producer, and And our special guest, Martin McDonnell, but he's just tuning up the guitar at the moment. While he does, just to tell you, we've got a lot of people on the live stream. Producer, what number did you say there? 29 watching on the live stream. We've 14 teams participating in the quiz, and we have radio listeners as well. Brian is looking after the radio listeners. And the team here with you are looking after the quizzers and everybody else. So it's all go here on Phoenix FM tonight. Don't forget to use the little thumbs up icon on your screen to give Phoenix a like. A like gesture. The more of them we get, the better it is for us. And you'll see that on your YouTube channel down at the bottom. If you want to make a donation, you'll see a facility for making a donation on down at the bottom of your screen there as well. And we would really appreciate if people could make that good gesture tonight, if possible. The station needs all the support it can get, and hopefully tonight will show you the value of local radio. Okay, having filled in a little gap there to allow Martin to tune the guitar perfectly, I'd like to introduce you to Martin McDonnell, singer-songwriter.
Oh, I'll try to fix that.
I think, yeah, you're at the right both channels now, yeah.
I don't know how to change this, unfortunately. I don't know what's going on here. If I tilt it, it should change automatically. Hold on. Got it. Perfect. Thank God. Perfect. This is Lucy. One touch of your lips could ruin my world. All that destruction, just from one girl. And I know that it's wrong, trying to be strong, and I catch that smile, it's hard to turn away. Though I look down at you, I have never felt so small. And to tell you the truth, I don't want to take that fall. But to keep you tonight, baby, you can have it all. Almost no snows, nobody knows. We could have said goodbye a good few drinks ago. Yeah, we've had a few. I'm thinking this true. There's this look in your eyes, and it tells me that it's okay. Look down at you. I've never felt so small. And to tell you the truth, kinda want to take that fall to keep you tonight, baby. You could have it all. Though I look down at you, I have never felt so small. And to tell you the truth, I want to take that fall, but to keep you tonight, baby, you could have it all. Thank you. That was Lucy. This next one's Hide and Seek. Walking home again, thinking about my friends and my loss. I can see who's underneath. I'm pretty sure it's me. Am I losing myself? 'Cause I need somebody to hold me. 'Cause I need someone who's close to me. 'Cause I can't quite be the man you need to be. And it's the same all week, like we're playing hide and seek. And oh, I can't quite breathe. No, I'm sinking way too deep. And can you set me free? I just can't keep feeling weak. Trying to pretend, but you can comprehend we're losing what we had. Baby, can't you see? It's not me underneath this thing we have to last. 'Cause I need somebody to hold me. 'Cause I need someone who's close to me. 'Cause I'm overrun, I am so. Why can't you hear me? 'Cause I'm overrun, I am so. Why can't you hear me? 'Cause I'm overrun, I am so. Why can't you hear me? 'Cause I'm overrun, I am so. Why can't you hear me? 'Cause I can't quite be the man you need to be. Thank you. Thank you very much. This section's going to be my last one. I'd like to say thanks so much for having me on. I hope you're enjoying the quiz. I'm listening at home. I'm really enjoying it. This last one is day by day. Just a quick thing. I did this in aid of the Irish Cancer Society, this song, and we raised over 4,000. It's available on Dublin Vinyl, and all the proceeds still go to the Irish Cancer Society since today is World Cancer Day. So thank you everyone for the support, and again for having me on. And this is Day by Day. Music video drops tomorrow. If I asked you what you're thinking, would you tell me? Or would tears stream down your face? 'Cause it's not easy when you're all alone, but you won't ever have to face this on your own. 'Cause I'll hold you every step of the way, and I'll mend your heart till the pain goes away. And I know it ain't easy, and we'll go day by day, and I'll hold you every step of the way. If you told me the treatment leaves you traumatized, oh, I listen. I can see the sadness in your eyes. So won't you hold on? 'Cause I don't want to say goodbye. No, it kills me when I see you try not to cry. I'll hold you every step of the way, and I'll mend your heart till the pain goes away. And I know it ain't easy, and we'll go day by day, and I'll hold you every step of the way. Seeing you like this, it breaks my heart. See, that's the way it is you fall apart. And I won't stand and watch you fall. 'Cause anything's better than nothing at all. I'll hold you every step of the way, and I'll mend your heart till the pain goes away. And I know it ain't easy, and we'll go day by day, and I'll hold you every step of the way, and I'll hold you every step of the way. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.
Okay, well, now there's a name that you should Red Apples had 14, Double Whiz had 14. The Bakers were on 13. Shane W was on 13. The Rosie Ramblers were on 12. Livin' La Vida Lockdown were on 10. Solo Spearhead Sadra was on 9. Mittens were on 9. Shoko was on 8. And Nerd Immunity were on 8. So keep on hanging in there. You never know. The fortunes could completely change in the second round because it's an entirely different proposition. More difficult for some, and probably some of the people who weren't doing well in the first round will do a lot better in this one. Okay, so if you're all ready to start back in the second round, and if you've made your donation already, settle back and relax and enjoy the round 4, which is coming up now shortly. So if you've all got back to your screens, I don't know whether I'm live on the screen. I'm looking here at my screen, my second screen, and I'm not. So if the producer can, I don't know whether, yeah. Okay, it's okay. Well, right. Well, if I'm ready to go, I can start on the fourth round. Now, this round has a multiple choice answer. We're doing a little bit of the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. There's a good RTE series on at the moment called Quiz. About people who cheated on or are alleged to have cheated on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So this is the same format. You will be asked a question. You'll get 4 possible answers. One of the 4 is right. Each of the answers are notated as A, B, C, and D. So all you have to put down is the letter of the alphabet, indicating the answer which you believe was right. Now, if the technology works well enough, you will see the answers on your screen as well. So you'll be able to do your A, B, C, and D. So it's a scientific round. You'd be surprised how much you do know about science, but let's test it. Question number 1. This is round number 4. Always remember on your answer sheets to put in your name, your team name, and your round number. Okay, question number 1. Oil, natural gas, and coal are examples of A, fossil fuels, B, renewable resources, C, geothermal resources, or D, biofuels. Oil, natural gas, and coal. Examples of fossil fuels, A, renewable resources, B, geothermal resources, C, or biofuels, D. Which do you choose, A, B, C, or D? Question number 2. Again, multiple choice. All of these, you'll get 4 possible answers. Which of the following is an example of genetic engineering? A, inserting a gene into plants that makes them resistant to insects. B, attaching the root of one type of plant to the stem of another type of plant. C, finding the sequence of bases in plant DNA. And D, growing a whole plant from a single cell. So, the question again, what of the following is an example of genetic engineering? A, inserting a gene into plants that makes them resistant to insects. B, attaching the root of one type of plant to the stem of another. C, finding the sequences of bases in plant DNA. Or D, growing a whole plant from a single cell. A, B, C, or D, your choice. Question number 3. What word does the letter A stand for in the letters DNA? So what does the letter A in DNA stand for? Is it A, acid? Is it B, antacid? Is it C, atom? Or is it D, analysis? The letter A in DNA, what does it represent? Is it A, acid? B, antacid? C, atom? And D, analysis? Which do you choose? Okay, I think you've had plenty of time on that round, or that question, I should say. Where was I? Losing track of myself. Question 4. What is the main cause of seasons on the Earth? Is it A, the distance between the Earth and the Sun? Is it B, the amount of energy coming from the Sun? Is it C, the speed that the Earth rotates around the Sun? Or D, the tilt of the Earth's axis in relation to the Sun? So what is the cause of the seasons on the Earth? A, the distance between the Earth and the Sun. B, changes in the amount of energy coming from the Sun. C, the speed of the Earth that the Earth rotates around the Sun. Or D, the tilt of the Earth's axis in relation to the Sun. Your choice, A, B, C, or D. Question number 5. The time your computer takes to start has increased dramatically. You think this is caused because your computer is running out of memory. What is the explanation of what you are doing? Is it A, an experiment, B, a hypothesis, C, an observation, or D, a conclusion? So you observe that your computer is taking longer to start. You think it's because your computer is running out of memory. What is it in scientific terms that you're doing? Is it A, an experiment, B, a hypothesis, C, an observation, or D, a conclusion? Your choice, A, B, C, or D. Okay, if you need repeats, I think you can feed back through the channel there to the producer and he'll let me know. Otherwise, if you could start returning your answer sheets now. Okay, I think we had a delay there in showing you question 6, so we'll just give people a chance to read that question before you have to submit. Now we have a lot of listeners in on Phoenix 92.5 tonight. Hope you're enjoying the quiz. I know you can't see the quiz master or the written questions, but I'm sure you can understand the questions. Couldn't show you the picture round. That's unfortunate. That's one of the setbacks of radio, but it has many delights. So delighted that you're tuning in to 92.5 tonight, and hopefully you'll tune in lots more nights and hear some of the great shows that we have on 92.5, our local radio station, serving the community for 30 years at this stage. Okay, Scientific Ground has now been with you for some time. Please submit your answers, and we'll get the show on the road by maybe giving you the answer to the picture round. So, you had pictures in front of you. The first picture was Jacinda Ardern, who is the Prime Minister of New Zealand. Andy Marsh is asking what happened to question 6. Okay, it's happening now, apparently. Okay. Producer, question 6 needs to go up. I'll give you the answers anyway to the picture round. Jacinda Ardern, who is the Prime Minister of New Zealand, was picture number 1. Picture number 2 was Dolly Parton, and probably a fairly young Dolly Parton. Picture number 3, I did say you should know her. It depends on whether you're interested in politics, local politics or not. But she did become famous for putting a particular label on our then Taoiseach, now Taoiseach, local TD, Leo Varadkar. She is a Fine Gael senator at the moment, and Catherine Noon is her name. The fourth picture, out swimming in the sea during the lockdown, was Richard Bruton, well-known Fine Gael politician, Richard Bruton. The fifth picture was Donald Trump's lawyer, as they called him in America, Rudy Giuliani, who made outrageous sort of claims and made them sound credible. And the sixth picture that you saw was the Irish international football team manager, Stephen Kenny. So hopefully you all did well in that round. I think we've already given you the scores as they were at the end of the round, so you'll probably know at this stage how you've done. And on the screen at the moment, you can see that the multiple choice question science round, question 2 is up there at the moment, but I think you've had plenty of time on the science round. Have we got many answer sheets in at this stage, producer? Okay, so scientific round is in. I think we have all 14 teams submitted at this stage. And the next round is called What Happens Next. Now, this needs a little bit of explanation. You're going to get a short clip scene which will stop before an action, and you've got to predict what happens next. And you have a little bit of latitude. We won't stick you precisely to what the ultimate statement that you see the answer is, but once you describe it correctly, what happens next, the adjudicators will give you a point for each clip. So they'll come up individually. You'll see a couple of seconds of each of them, and then you'll break into the next question and it'll carry. So that you'll have 30 seconds in between each clip to come up with your thoughts on what will happen. And then you write it down. And if you're happy with your original thoughts, you can put it on your answer sheet and send it in at the end of the round. Okay, we have a request to repeat question 6. Question 6 in the science round was: many diseases have an incubation period. Which of the following, actually I didn't ask this question, that was the problem. Many diseases have an incubation period. Which of the following best describes what an incubation period is? Is it A, the period during which someone builds up an immunity to a disease? B, the period during which someone has an infection but is not showing symptoms? C, the effect of a disease on babies, or D, the recovery period after being sick? So many diseases have an incubation period. Which of the following best describes an incubation period? Is it A, a period during which someone builds up immunity to a disease? Is it B, the period during which someone has an infection but is not showing the symptoms? Is it C, the effect of a disease on babies? Or D, the recovery period after being sick? What is an incubation period? A, B, C, or D? And sorry about that, I missed that question. I was distracted because my second screen is not working properly, so I'm going to switch it off because it's only a distraction. And after giving you a chance to answer that question now, we'll check how many have put in their answer sheets and we'll go ahead with the what happens next. Apologies, our mistake there. I just checked with the producer how many teams have answered for the science round at this stage. How many have we in? I think we've got all 14 back at this stage. So if that's the case, we can probably go ahead with the next round. Don't forget, Phoenix 92.5 is your local station. Lots of interesting programs all through the day and all through the evening and nighttime, and it's well worth listening to, particularly when you hear nothing but COVID on every other station. So tune in to 92.5 to hear interesting programs about your locality and often very good music programs as well. The What Happens Next round is coming up. It's round 5 for your answer sheets. There are 6 questions in it. We'll play a short clip. It will come to the end. You'll have 30 seconds to make up your mind about what happens next. Write it down and then put it on your answer sheet at the very end and send it in to us. So over to the producer to put on screen what happens next.
Well, it looks as if the punches are taking a little more out of Renda.
Are they running the...
Backside. Now, if you live in Backside, it's going to be a little bit cold, a little bit wet. But let's go over to Northern Ireland, because in Northern Ireland, there's a place called Ballybogey, which I can't believe. It's going to be patchy rain over there.
On 12 for par. Louis Oosthuizen, king of the swingers. Louis.
JB Holmes is as bull as there.
And that leaves one other person. Gillian, it might be you.
Oh, come on.
So it's between Linford and Gillian.
The public have decided the person they want to see face the live Bush Tucker trial is... Gillian.
No. Oh, come on.
Come and join us, Gillian.
Could you?
Gillian, come over here.
Should be
Come and join us,
yourself.
please.
Good luck, Gillian.
Come on over. Come here. Come here. We'll explain it all, don't worry.
Milner, Defoe, that's a lovely touch.
I'm frustrated. You got this, sister. You were super, super close. Right in the kisser. Show that knight who's boss.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed that round. Even if you don't get it wrong, I hope you got a laugh out of some of those, and you'll certainly get a laugh out of the second part of what you see. Your powers of prediction are what's been tested there. So see, can you predict what happens next in all of those scenes? I'll give you the answers to the scientific multiple choice round. Oil, natural gas, coal, oil, natural gas, and coal are all examples of A, fossil fuels. Genetic engineering, the examples given, A again was the answer there, inserting a gene into plants that makes them resistant to insects. So that was the answer there. And the A in DNA stands for acid. So A was also the answer there. So number 4, what makes the main cause of the seasons on the Earth? And D was the answer there, the tilt of the Earth's axis in relation to the sun. Question 5 was about your computer, and you were thinking that the reason why it's so slow to start is because it's running out of memory. What is the scientific explanation of what you're doing? And the scientific explanation is that you're making a hypothesis. So B was the answer there, B. Number 6, which I didn't ask and I apologized for, but then eventually got round to it, was many diseases have an incubation period, and which best gave the example of it. And B was the answer there, which is the period during which someone has an infection but is not showing the symptoms. That's the incubation period. So that was the answer to round 4. You've just completed round 5. Before we put up the scores for round 4, just want to be sure that people have now completed their round, what happens next, round 5. So have we got all 14 tables in from that round? Okay, well, while we're checking if you're all in for the previous round, the round 5, which is what happens next, we'll put up on screen the scores as they were at the end of round 4. Okay, so what have we got here? We've got these are just, this is not the cumulative score, these are the individual scores for round 4. Solo Spearhead, Sandra was 4, Shonko was 6, Connor Williams was 6, the Rosie Ramblers 6, Livin' La Vida Lockdown 5, Mittens 6, Rosie Ramblers 5, the Bakers 6, the Quarantine 5, Ainge Scale 6, Red Apple 5, Red Devils 4, Double Whiz 6, Nerd Immunity 6, and Shane W 4. So they were the scores for round 4, and you should at this stage have the what happens next round completed. So well, I can give them out now before I go into the round if you like. Okay, we're live now. So I'll just give you the cumulative scores at the end of round 4. There were 2 rounds left at that stage, so you still had the what happens next and the round that's due to come up now. And leading the way was Ainge Scale with 23 points. Connor Williams was in second place with 22, and Double Whiz was in third place with 20. The Bakers had 19. Quarantine had 19, Red Apple had 19, Red Devils had 19, Shane W had 17, Livin' La Vida Lockdown had 15, Mittens had 15, Shonko had 14, Nerd Immunity had 14, Solo Spearhead Sandra had 13. But it's a long way from over. There are 2 rounds to come after round 4 in the scoreboard. You've already done one of them, so your die is cast on that one. But here's the one that could change the whole quiz. Ainge Scale might get caught, only leading by a point from Connor Williams, who's on 22, and Double Whiz on 20. But all those people on 19 could very easily pass out the top 2 with this last round, because these are riddles. So riddle me this. David's father has 3 sons, Snap, Crackle, and... Riddle number 2. Can you name 3 consecutive days without using the words Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday? 3 consecutive days. Now, those two were only warming you up for the riddles. Gets harder now. Number 3, riddle number 3. What room do ghosts avoid? What room do ghosts avoid? Number 4, riddle number 4. You need to write this one down. This is hard. What 8-letter word can have 7 letters taken away one by one, not necessarily in order, but one by one, each letter is taken away. And as each letter is taken away, there'll always be a word left. So what 8-letter word can have 7 letters taken away and always remain a word? Now, it'll be a different word each time, obviously. The letters don't come off in a particular order, but you can take 7 letters off in a particular way. That means each time you take a letter away, you still have a word. And maybe just to assist you with that, the first 2 letters in the word are ST. Riddle number 5. The more you take, the more you leave behind. What am I? The more you take, the more you leave behind. What am I? And question number 6. A doctor and a bus driver are both in love with the same woman. Her name is Sarah. The bus driver is going on a 7-day tour of the country with an American tourist party. Before he leaves, he gives Sarah 7 apples. Why? Okay, that was your riddles round. I'll quickly run over them again. First one was David's father has 3 sons, Snap, Crackle, and. The second one was name 3 consecutive days without using the words Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. The third one was what room do ghosts avoid? The fourth one, I advise you to write down the question because it's a hard one. And it was what 8-letter word can have 7 letters taken away one by one, but as each letter is taken, it still makes a word. And I gave you a clue that it starts with ST. Number 5, the more you take, the more you leave behind. What am I? And number 6, a doctor and a bus driver, both in love with the same woman. The bus driver goes on a 7-day tour of the country with an American tourist party. Before he leaves, he gives the woman 7 apples. Why? Okay, you've had your riddles round. We'll give you just a little bit of time on that because they weren't easy in some cases. Some were, but not all. First one we've been asked to repeat. The first riddle was, David's father has 3 sons, Snap, Crackle, and... Okay, I think time is up at this stage. So if you could please start submitting your answer sheets now, we will start bringing the quiz to a near conclusion. We have to allow time in case we get a tiebreaker, which is quite possible. Very little difference between the top 3 teams at the end of round 4. So if we can start submitting answer sheets to the riddles round now, your time is up. You've got to submit your answer sheets. Thank you. When we get enough answer sheets in, we'll start showing the what happens next sequence. We'll be able to do that, but we won't do it just yet until we get the teams back in from round 6. In the meantime, just to remind people that if you want to make a donation, you can do so. There are links in the YouTube description, or just visit phoenixfm.ie. The proceeds will go directly towards keeping our station and keeping us connected with our valued communities. Remember Martin McDonnell, who gave us some entertainment in the halftime break there, and name to remember, good performer, good strong performer, nice songwriting too. So good to hear from Martin tonight, and I think you'll hear a lot more from him as well. And don't forget to click the like, the thumbs up on your screen to give support to Phoenix FM and let people see that you can have a good night out without going out online with Phoenix. Now we're going to give you the clips that will give you the answers to the what happens next round. So roll it there, David.
It looks as if the punches are taking a little more out of Renda than they are Samuels.
Oh, look at that! A simultaneous knockdown! Who's first to get up? It's Renda. They both
landed. Backside, it's going to be a little bit cold, a little bit wet. But let's go over to Northern Ireland, because in Northern Ireland, there's a place called Ballybogey, which I can't believe. It's going to be patchy rain over there. Get ready, guys. All right, go. Oh, my gosh. Are you all right? Oh, my God. Oh, my God, you all right? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
For par.
Louis Oosthuizen, king of the swingers. Louis. JB Holmes is his ball is there. Is it going to get round it somehow or other? Oh, no! No! Go on! Go on! Oh, that's unbelievable! Goodness! Have you ever seen anything like that?
Ever in my life!
Should be
Come and join us, please.
Good luck, Julian.
Come on over. Come here. Come here. We'll explain it all, don't worry. We'll explain exactly what's going on, okay? Let's get Bob in. Bob.
Okay, bring the oxygen in, please.
Let's get the gas.
Jeremy, if you can just hold the legs.
Live.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
I'll do it, I don't mind.
Okay. Gillian?
Milner Defoe, that's a lovely touch. Lampard! Brilliant!
It was in, no!
That's surely crossed the line. It's not been good. It's big in. Here we go. Oh, it's so far in.
Was it FIFA don't want? Technology. Thanks very much, Sepp Blatter.
Got this, sister. You were super, super close. Right in the kisser. Show that knight who's boss. Oh, God.
Now. Okay, now unfortunately our radio listeners couldn't see any of that round, which was the what happens next, but the viewers will now have seen the results of that round. So okay, we'll be counting results now, but I can give you the answers. We have all the answers to the riddles round, producer, haven't we? Everything is in. Okay. Okay, I just got a message there which distracted me. The first riddle was, what was David's father had 3 sons, Snap, Crackle, and David, because we were talking about David. Okay, so that was the first riddle. The second one was, there were 2 acceptable answers, 3 consecutive days without saying Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. So you could do that by saying yesterday, today, and tomorrow, or you could say Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Stephen's Day, or Boxing Day. So either of those answers would have got you a point. The third answer, what room do ghosts avoid? Well, it's the living room that ghosts avoid. You all knew that, I'm sure. The hard question, the real hard question, the 8-letter word that can have 7 letters taken away one by one, and as each letter is removed, it still makes a word. So you start with the word starting, S-T-A-R-T-I-N-G. The next version of that is S-T-A-R-I-N-G, so you take the T out. The next one is string, S-T-R-I-N-G. The next one is sing, S-I-N-G. The next one is sin, S-I-N. You take away the S and you get in. You take away the N and you get I. So starting, you can take the 7 letters away and you're still left with a word, which is I. So staring, string, sting, sing, sin, in, and I. That was difficult. Question 5. The more you take, the more you leave behind. What am I? Well, I am a footstep. The more footsteps you take, the more you leave behind. The doctor and the bus driver loved the same woman. The bus driver had to go away on a tour, so he gave the woman 7 apples. Why? Because an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So there you go. That was your riddles. I hope you found them entertaining, and I hope you got enough of them right to give you a good shot in what was the final round of the Phoenix online quiz, first ever online quiz. And we are totting up the scores at the moment. We will bring you the result, and hopefully we'll avoid a tiebreaker. But if we have a tiebreaker, we've even more difficult questions. So pity the poor people who win, because they'll have it even harder. Okay, I'll leave you, and you'll see some music now, or you'll hear some music, and some independent local artists playing that music. So I'll give you a break from my boring voice, and you'll hear something more interesting.
Severed senses, crumbling debris, a chocolate-covered knife, still sweet to me. Your eyes in my head, they look around the room. Is this your point of view? And all the cracks are coming back to give me what I never really asked for. And a wall of masks now looking at this scene of thrashing statements from our domestic wars. 'Cause you opened up my eyes, yeah, you taught me to realize. And you left this mess behind. Now I refuse to clean up after you. I refuse to clean up after you. I suck my gut in and spit it out at you. Use those words again, I dare you. I'm wasted on this food. Your savory skin's in my teeth. I wanna taste your temper, so set the table for your salty gestures. And still the cracks are coming back to give me what I never really asked for. And a wall of masks now looking at this scene of thrashing statements from our domestic wars. 'Cause you've opened up my eyes, yeah, you taught me to realize. And you left this mess behind. Now I refuse to clean up after you. I refuse to clean up after all the paint and plastering, only masking what is happening. The only thing beneath this veneer is breaking. Our love is damaging. Oh, you and I keep happening. We are hooked umbrellas in the wind. We are hooked umbrellas in the wind. And all the cracks are coming back to give me what I never really asked for. And a wall of masks now looking at this scene of thrashing statements from our domestic wars. To give me what I never really and a wall of masks now looking at this scene of thrashing statements from our domestic wars. 'Cause you've opened up my eyes, yeah, you taught me to realize. And you left this mess behind. Now I refuse to clean up after you. I refuse to clean up after you. I refuse to clean up after you.
Settled in, not quite. I'm burning from the inside out now. And like an arrow, I'll be wavering through to a plane that's filled with colder light. So tell me how you feel, boy. Are you trying? Tell me, what do you feel inside? Burn the hand. Oh, Fiona, send me grounds me now to wonder.
Okay, I think our scores are nearly ready, and we, as soon as I get them, I'll call them out to you. Don't have them yet on my internal communications. Okay, well, there are a few people who have lost their connection, so we'll just give a little bit of time for them to tune back in. Hope you've enjoyed the quiz so far. It's nearly over, but it's never over till the fat lady sings. But it's the fat gent here, so it's Dave Hughes, little fat Dave Hughes, who's going to give you the final word tonight. So we've got to wait for the answers, the final scores to be totted up. I think Grania is the boss on the prizes. It was a free quiz in the sense that there was no charge for it, but we were looking for donations if you could afford to give them. So there's one prize for the winner, and it's a €50 Eason's voucher. And that will equip you well for the next online quiz. You can go in and buy 4 or 5 good quiz books. It won't help you at all the next quiz. I don't use quiz books on a set of these, but to get practice, it would do you well. So €50 voucher for first prize in what was the first online and it was free of charge quiz. You could make a donation, but it was entirely up to yourself whether you make a donation or not. So that's the prize, and we are waiting for the final score now to come in so that we can say if we have a clear winner or whether we'll be going to a tiebreaker. Okay, well, we'll start at the bottom and work our way to the top. Isn't that fair enough? So, Solo Spearhead Sandra finished with 19 points. Now, I have to say before I go into this, everybody did well. Everybody got more than half of the questions right. So, no shame involved for anybody, okay? Nerd Immunity, Shanko got 20, Nerd Immunity got 21, and Mittens got 21. Livin' La Vida Lockdown got 21 as well. Double Whiz got 24. Shane W got 25, as did Red Apple and the Bakers. The Red Devils got 27. The Rosie Ramblers got 27. And the top 3 teams were Quarantine, Connor Williams, and Aingescale. Which of them was the winner? Well, watch the screen, and the winner will come up. 2 ended up with 29. The winner got a clear 31. Which team was the winner, producer? Coming up on screen. And it's Aingescale are the winner. So Aingescale is the winner of the €50 voucher for Eason's in the first ever online quiz for Phoenix FM. Well done to Aingescale. Another story, says she. So there you go. Well done, well done. We're not quite finished yet. A big thank you to all of the people who participated in tonight's quiz. It was really great to see such a turnout and so many people involved. The staff of the station are to be congratulated for all of the work that went into this, and the team tonight, and there were plenty of people working behind the scenes. Brian was doing the radio, all our great listeners out in 92.5 FM. Really delighted that you stuck with it. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, give a little bit of feedback as to how we can do it better to include the radio listeners fully in the quiz. The picture rounds obviously were hard. We couldn't get a way of getting around that, but if you've got ideas, we'd love to hear them, because technical problems are not real problems when you're dealing with people like our producer here, who's David Kozak, and Brian, who's our radio producer tonight. We also had our adjudicators, Andy and Bren, who did a great job, and I suppose I didn't make it easy for them, because some of the questions were hard and they had to use their skills at judging who was the closest to the right answer, particularly on the what happens next. But I think they were very fair, very even-handed, and I think the results show that you all participated and nobody engaged in cheating, because it was a very fair quiz. It was meant to be a fun quiz. I hope it was a fun quiz, and that you all enjoyed it. I'm Dave Hughes. I wrote the questions for tonight. I asked the questions for tonight. That's the easy part. You had the hard part, answering those questions. So very well done to all 14 teams. You made my night if you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, thanks for sticking with it. And most of you did, because we had, between teams and individuals, there were 29 people on the video links, and there were multiples of people on the radio as well. So hopefully everybody had a good night. We'll finish out the program on radio with some tunes at this stage. So until the next time, thank you all very much for participating, and keep safe, keep well, and we'll be out of this sometime. Let's hope sooner rather than later. Thank you.
Thank you.